Morning, everyone. Let's start this 60-minute practice in Virasana. So that is with your knees together, sitting between your heels. Now, some of you might find this a little bit uncomfortable, in which case get your block and sit up on your block or cushions. If you haven't got either of those, you can simply sit with your feet together and sit on your heels. We want to start stretching the quads. Rest your palms up on your thighs. Draw your ribs in. With a tall spine, feel your sit bones on the ground or on your block. Drawing the breath in and out through the nose, starting to make the ocean sounds in the back of the throat, made by contracting the vocal folds like you're whispering or fogging the mirror. Breathing in and breathing out. Just hearing the sound of you on the inside. Breathing in and breathing out. Getting into the rhythm, setting up this steady pace. Your inhale is the same length as your exhale. And you can picture your breath rising up from the pelvic floor all the way up through the heart to the crown of the head, and dropping down, crown of the head, heart, pelvic floor. Inhaling, breath rises up. Exhaling, breath draws down. And as you draw, keep going like this, as you draw the breath up and down, you're trying to keep the same sound, so intensity and volume of the breath through all parts of the breath, so it doesn't kind of make a big peak of noise and then quiet. It sounds the same on the inhale and the exhale. Pranayama is breath work, extending the breath, stretching the breath like we stretch the body. 3 more breaths on your own. And if you've got your eyes closed, just open your eyes just a little bit, just brings you back into the practice, stops your mind wandering. Oh. And after your 3rd breath, morning Georgia, come onto your hands and knees and very gently tuck your toes, sit back on your heels, push through the hands, lift the knees off. So my arms are straight, my armpits are going back towards my knees, and my knees are hovering off. Now from there, press the hands down, and without moving the shoulders forward, start to lift the hips high, pedaling out feet, downward facing dog. Let your head go, nod your head yes, shake it no. Inhale deeply, exhale, flutter your lips. Coming forward to plank, you might need to shuffle your feet back for that. Find your plank, so every time you come to plank, you know what it feels like. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, and your fingers are spread, you're pushing the floor away, and there's a slight rounding in the upper back, and your hips are not higher than your shoulders, and they're not lower either, so they're not sagging, they're not sticking up. Squeeze the legs towards each other and feel the abs switching on, lengthen the neck forward. So this is your plank, push floor away. Drop to the knees. Now, place your elbows where your wrists were, and then lift your knees again, forearm plank. Find forearm plank. Push the hands, the forearms, the elbows down to find the broadening across the upper back. Starting to feel stronger, index finger knuckle presses down. And from there, if you can, without the knees, replace your hands in plank. Use your knees if you like. Lift hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out feet. Inhale, come forward to plank once more. And then replace the elbows where the wrists were. Maybe the other arm goes down first. forearm plank. Find your plank shape, lengthen the neck. And then coming back into your normal plank, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Stretch the armpits towards the knees. Bend the knees, walk the hands to the back of the mat. Grab your opposite elbows, lift hips high, hang down. Ragdoll. Hearing the sound of the ocean breath. Ujjayi, victorious breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Now take the hands to the back of the head, place your thumbs in the kind of knobble underneath your skull, elbows go wide. Okay, now sink your hips low, so feet are hip width apart, lift the chest up to a diagonal and use your thumbs to lengthen your neck. So you're going to kind of, your torso is diagonal, look forward, soften your eyebrows. And then fold forward and down. Straighten your legs, keep your hands where they are. One more like this, sink the hips low, torso diagonal, lengthen the neck. And exhale, fold, straighten your legs. Waking up your back. One more, bend the hips low, lengthen neck, torso diagonal. And then straighten the arms. Now, sink the hips low, take the torso upright so the chest is facing forward. And you're kind of in a zigzag, so high up Utkatasana, high chair. Chest faces forward, crown of the head to the sky, and then push through the heels. Standing all the way up, circle your joints. Give yourself a little bunny hop, just fizzing the energy around everywhere. And then side to side. Feet hip width apart or a bit wider. Releasing the upper body with some gentle twists. Okay, are you ready? Morning Lucy, ready for our sun salutations? Come to the top of the mat, big toes touch. Reconnect with that Ujjayi breath. Feel the ground, lift kneecaps. Pelvic floor lifts up and the navel draws back. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, roll shoulders back. Energy radiating out through fingertips, strong hands. Ribs draw in, sides of the neck long and the crown of the head reaches for the sky as the feet press down. And on the next inhale, sweep the arms up, seal thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, relax your neck. Touch in. Inhaling, look forward, expand the breath. Exhale, take your hands down. Step to the back of the mat, find that plank again. Lower the knees and bend the elbows halfway. Straighten your arms, lift chest, upward facing dog, knees off if you can. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathe out 1, 5 breaths here. Breathing in, melt the armpits to the knees. Breathe out 2. Only in yoga can you say that, I think. Breathing in, lift hips high. Breathe out 3. Breathing in, feel the breath expand the back of the body. Breathe out 4, feel the heels melting to the ground. Breathing in, and one more breath out. Soften your knees, look between your hands, step up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, touch in, see your belly button. Inhale all the way up, press palms, feel your toes. Exhale, hands by your side, round 2. Inhaling until pelvic floor lifts, Mula Bandha. Exhaling, fold forward, navel draws in, Uddiyana Bandha, the navel lock. Inhale, look up and lengthen, really feel your feet. Exhale, hands down, and if your hands are down, maybe jump back to Chaturanga, so everybody meet in push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog, press the hands down and tops of feet down. Exhale, Downward facing dog for 1. Breathing in, feel the breath rising up from the hands. Breathe out 2, feel it cascading down the heels. Breathing in, hand and feet bandha, connection with the earth. Breathe out 3. Breathing in, lift mula bandha, pelvic floor. Breathe out 4, draw navel in. Breathing in, hands, feet, mula uddiyana. Breathe out 5, all the bandhas. Soften knees, look forward, inhale, top of mat, look up. Exhale, fold, tuck chin. Press through the heels, lift pelvic floor as you rise all the way up, press palms. Exhale, hands down by your side. 1 more, inhale, sweep the arms up, look at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, look at your navel. Inhale, look forward, slight weight in the toes as you see the horizon. Exhale, step back to plank and lower into push-up. Knees can be down. Inhale, upward facing, look at the point between your eyebrows. Exhale, downward facing, look at your feet or your navel. 1, drishti, gaze point, breathing in. Breathe out 2, breath bandhas, drishti, the 3 technologies of yoga. Breathing in. Breathe out 3, steady breath, steady mind. Breathing in. Exhale 4, staying with the rhythm. Inhaling. Exhale 5. Ready to come up. Soften knees, look forward. Inhale, top of mat, look up, jump or walk. Exhale, tuck chin, see your navel. Inhale, pressing through the feet. Rise all the way up, look at your thumbs, really press them together. Exhale, hands down by your side. Very nice. Sun salutation B. Chair pose. So sink the hips low, weight into the heels. Find that diagonal as you lift the arms up. Feel your back switching on. Exhale, fold, tuck chin. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back, down dog or push up dog, down dog. You can skip some of the push-ups if you're just building up your strength. Right leg to sky. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Look forward as you step that foot forward and take the back heel down for your lunge. Inhale, sweep arms up, hips face forward, warrior 1. Stretch your heels away. Exhale, hands down, heel lifts. Press the hands down strongly, 3-legged, leg goes up and back. Exhale, down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Second side, left leg lifts. Inhale, press the right heel down. Left foot steps, exhale, back heel down. Inhale, sweep arms up, stretch mat between your heels. Exhale, hands down, lift that back heel. Find your lunge. 3-legged, swing that leg up and back. Exhale down. Either stay here or join me for one last push-up. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here in down dog, or drop to your knees and walk the hands out for puppy pose to stretch the armpits without weight on the wrist. 1. Breathing in, if you're in puppy, your elbows are off. Breathe out 2, and maybe extend your chest and your chin to the mat. Breathing in. Breathe out 3. Inhaling. Exhale 4. Breathing in. Breathe out 5. Everybody meet down dog. Inhale, top of mat, look up. Exhale, fold, tucking your chin. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands down by your side. That's your warm-up. Well done. Okay, feet hip width apart. Raise the arms up. Now, sink your hips down. Find that more zigzag upright chair. So you're in chair, but your chest is facing forward, not diagonal anymore. Slightly stronger on your back, stretch out through your elbows. Oh, you want a strong back, you can definitely feel it switching on in this version. Okay, and if you can, come up onto your tiptoes, and then everybody forward bend on tiptoes, taking the hands to the floor. And then just touch your knees to your backs of your arms. If you practice crow, now's the time to go up. Or it's simply knees to backs of the arms. Maybe shifting the weight forward into the hands as the feet float off. Okay. And then everybody meet with a feet down in Malasana, the squat pose. So feeling like there's a weight on your tailbone and the crown of the head draws up. Feel all four corners of your feet pressing down evenly and your Mula Bandha pelvic floor lifting. Come back to your steadiness. Very nice. Take your hands down, step back, down dog. Right foot steps forward, back heel down either side of the midline, not walking a tightrope. Bend the front knee, come up into warrior one, but with your hands behind your neck, like we did to start with. Stretch your elbows out like wings and lengthen your neck with your thumbs. Press your hands and head together. So pressing the head into the hands to strengthen the back of the neck. Stretch the elbows out. Now from here, bend the front knee a little bit more, deepen your warrior one, and lift the chest to the sky, leaning back without moving your hips. Although you will feel it in your hips. You did request hips. Stretch the elbows away. Okay, and then coming all the way back up. Open hips and arms to the side, warrior two. Now take your arms out. Now, from here, roll the shoulders forward like you're shrugging and press the palms back. And then roll the palms out. Turn them up, roll them down, press the palms back, shoulders come forward, and then press them up, and then reach them away like you're serving dinner. Really feel the backhand. Last one round, and then up, and then press the palms down, and you're finding some kind of midway between the two, between turning back and turning forward. Shoulders switched on. Looking softly over your front finger, but really aware of the back fingers. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, turn those palms up again. Sink your hips even lower this time. Maybe your shins parallel to the floor, your thigh. And then reverse without moving the hips. Right arm up, stretch. Maybe grab top hand. Don't look down. Lengthen your neck. And then soften your toes. Just give them a wriggle. Coming all the way back up, warrior two, straighten front leg. Shorten your stance. Reach forward for triangle. Hand on shin, block, big toe. Top arm comes up, one. Breathing in, lengthen neck. Breathe out, two. Press back, heel down. Breathing in, turn your chin to track over your top shoulder. Breathe out, three. Breathing in, one more. Breathe out, four. Breathing in, lift up a bit more. Breathe out, five. Look down, frame front foot with your hands and step back, downward facing dog. Option to stay here or join me for a push-up. Inhale, plank if you're doing push-up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Turn the inner elbows forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Everybody meet here. Second side. Left foot steps, back heel, down. Warrior one. But with the hands behind you, lengthen the neck with your thumbs. Elbows stretch out like wings. Sink down a little deeper into your lunge, feeling your hips. And press outer edge of back foot down as you lift the heart and look up. Oh, stretch the elbows away. Lift Mula Bandha pelvic floor for more support and soften your toes. Lengthen your neck. And coming all the way up, open hips and arms to the side. Warrior two. Inhale, take the arms over the head, make a fist, fist points to sky. Reach up, sink lower with your hips. And exhale, clasp the hands behind you, fist reaches down, shoulders squeeze. Inhale, sweep the arms up, fist comes to sky. Exhale, hands down. Make a fist behind you, squeeze shoulders, ribs in. Maybe sink deeper. Last one, release, arms all the way up, fist to sky. Back leg strong. Exhale, hands clasped behind you, squeeze shoulders. And on the inhale, arms out to a T. Exhale, find warrior two. Breathing in. What's happened to that back leg? Has it gone a bit soggy? Straighten out, strong. Breathing out. Inhale, straighten front leg, shorten stance. And then it's left hand down, right arm up. Reach for the big toe or shin, triangle one. Breathing in, just find the pace of your breath. Steady breath, steady mind. Can you track your chin a little bit more over that shoulder? Not just your eyes. And does your breath go, inhale, go a little bit shorter when you do that? Try and lengthen it. And release. Hands down either side of front foot. Step back, down dog, or push up dog, down dog. Everybody meet, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, back heel down, all the way up, warrior two. And exhale, let's take the right hand inside right foot, press the shoulder into the knee. So hand can be on a block here if you need some more height. Inhale the arms straight up, like an aeroplane, and lengthen neck, stretch mat between feet. Side angle B. Breathing in and breathing out. Look down to stabilize yourself. Wrap the top arm behind you for the inner thigh for the half bind. Either staying in the half bind or take the full bind, dipping the shoulder down, reaching for the wrist. You want to pull that top arm straight if you've got the bind. Push through the front heel. And release the hands inside the foot. Drop the back knee. Bowing down, coming onto your forearms, or just let the head go for lizard. Back knee can be off or on. Lengthen the breath. What's happened to that front big toe? Press it down more. Straighten the arms, up, come up to vertical. And exhale, taking a twist. Now the knee drops out to the side, the sole of the foot comes off as you look behind you, and maybe you're grabbing the top of the back foot or just taking the twist. Left hand presses down to take shoulder away from the ear. Replace that hand inside the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Feel the difference between your two hips. Stay there, or one more push up. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Second side, left foot steps all the way up to warrior two. Find warrior two, and then it's left hand down inside the foot or on a block, right arm up like wings. Side angle B. Lengthen neck. And then stretch the mat between your heels while softening your toes. Reach the top arm behind you for the half bind. Maybe taking the full bind, dipping the left shoulder under, straighten top hand. Don't forget, you can do all of this with the back knee down if that's more accessible for you, you can always modify. Lengthen the spine. And then look down to stabilize yourself. Hands down, back knee down, coming into your lizard lunge. Onto your forearms or on blocks. And from there, the back knee can come off if you like. Press down to find some lift. Okay, drop the back knee, straighten your arms now. Knee goes out to the side, taking the twist option to reach behind you for your foot. You might just be reaching behind you like this. You're definitely feeling some opening in the chest, the shoulders. And what's happening to that right shoulder? Is it all squashed around your ear? Press that bottom hand down and spin the chest more. And get back to your steady breath. Okay, inhale, release. And exhale, hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop to the knees. Exhale, sit on your heels, child's pose. Yay! Walk the hands around to the left for twisted child's pose. Staying low, so your knees are nice and wide. How can you get a bigger opening in the right side of the body? I like to pull back on my right hand and my right hip and push forward with my left hand. Back to center, second side. Pull back with the left hand, push forward with the right one. And then back to center. Okay, so you may want to spend these next few moments when we're doing forearm work in child's pose if you feel more in line with the rest this morning. Okay, so come onto your all fours and replace your elbows where your hands were. Find forearm plank, walk your feet back. Find plank, so your bum's not sticking in the air and it's not sagging down. Push the floor away with your hands, forearms and elbows. Now, keep looking forward, don't look down. And walk your feet in to a forearm dog. Now look at your feet. Now look between your hands. Now look at your feet. Now look between your hands. So you're moving your neck, feet, hands. Keep looking at your hands. Walking back. Forearm plank. Push floor away. Drop to the knees. Child's pose. Okay, either staying in child's pose or coming into forearm plank to forearm dog, and then maybe raising one leg to sky and bouncing off the other one, or Pincha Mayurasana if you already practiced that, go for it. So you're doing shoulder strengthening, shoulder, forearm stand, or child's pose. Or you can do any of the things we've done before, forearm plank, forearm dog, to work on your shoulder strength. And coming down, well done everyone, child's pose. So everybody's finding something that you like to do for your shoulders, or simply getting your head down. Okay, coming back to downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward and the back knee down, coming all the way up into a deep lunge. So shuffle the back knee back, press the knee away with your hands, squeeze your back butt cheek and send your hips forward. Feel the top of the left foot pressing down. And relax your toes. Getting into the hips a bit more. Now, option to take the hands where they were before, thumbs back of neck, elbows out, lift the chest, lengthen neck as you take chest to sky. Or you might still be supporting the knee with the hands. Stretch your elbows away from each other if you're doing the elbow version. And then coming back up, shuffle the back knee in, coming all the way upright, left arm comes up, taking a twist, left elbow, right knee. Press top hand down. If you practice the bind here, you could go for the bind. Everybody looking down in the twist, tuck the back toe and stay looking down. Okay, we're going to step the back foot to meet the front one, still in our twist. So press the top hand down a lot as you step the back foot to the front, twisted chair. Top shoulder rolls back. And then looking down, going out the same way you came in. You can use your hands on the floor if you like. Step it back, hands down. This time drop the back knee and straighten the front leg, half Hanuman. Yeah, we're switching it up a bit today. Hamstring stretch. So my hip, my left hip is over my left knee, and I'm sending my hips back like down dog. Feeling the back bend in the forward bend. Breathing in, breathing out, draw your toes to your face. So your hands are on the floor on blocks. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, lift the right arm up. Just swing that leg back. Downward facing dog. Take the down dog wide, nod your head yes. Shake it no. Inhale deeply and exhale, flutter your lips. Reset your down dog, and then left foot steps forward, back knee comes down, all the way up, place your hand on your knee, find a deep lunge. So back foot presses down like you're trying to make a dent in the floor, hips press forward, hand on your knee, feeling a deep stretch in the front of the thigh, chest rolls open, option, arms out like wings, elbows up, chest to sky. Lengthening neck, so it's your chest that comes up, not your head that just jams back. You might slide the foot and the knee away from each other a bit more to deepen this. And then gently bring your chin in, straighten your front leg, back hip stays over knee, fold forward and down, send your hips back. Half Hanuman, half splits. And as you inhale, reach the chest forward, almost finding the arch, the back bend and the forward bend. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, come up. Set the foot underneath the knee and the back hip over the back knee, taking your twist, left arm, right arm up. Taking the twist, maybe the back knee is off. Lengthen your neck, press that back heel back and turn the chest so that the chest is moving towards the palms and the palms moving towards the center of the chest. Look down, step the back foot to meet the front. Twisted chair, keep your knees glued together. Take a big breath in and a long, slow breath out. Can you track your chin over that top shoulder and roll the top shoulder back without losing the connection of your knees? Look down, step it back to where you were. And then uncurl, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the floor. So your bum is in the air. Elbows squeeze in, slide the chest forward and up, low cobra. And exhale, straighten your arms. Sit back on your heels. Child's pose or second side of forearm dog, forearm plank, forearm stand, whatever you are working on. If you're doing forearm stand, maybe remember to use your other leg. So any combination, forearm plank, forearm dog with leg raises, Pigeon, second side. So if you're doing pincher, whoops, looking forward between your hands, not down. Pressing down, where if you're doing any kind of forearm work, press down on the hands, forearms and elbows. Meet in child's pose. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky, and then right knee comes inside the right wrist, shin parallels up to the front of the mat. Yes, we're in pigeon at this stage. Normally we do this after back bending at the end, but we're doing a high pigeon. So pressing the shin into the floor, sit tall. You may have your blocks here to help you sit tall. So the key here is spine vertical. So right hand on right knee, left hand on ankle, push down, or you've got your blocks next to you and you're pushing down like that. So that front shin is really pushing down and the back toe this time is tucked under. So your legs feel really strong. So trying to get the torso upright, back toes tucked. And then from there, release, downward facing dog. Second side, high pigeon. Keep the back toe tucked. Left hand just above left knee, right hand on left ankle, sit tall, back leg straight, hands on blocks, or on ankle and knee, sitting tall. Okay, lengthening the neck, press the back of the head back like you're pressing into a wall. Imagine your thumbs on the back of your neck, lengthening your neck. And releasing out from there, downward facing dog. And then drop to the knees, extend the right leg forward like you're doing half splits, either half splits again or tuck the back toe, sliding out with your blocks or hands on the floor, full Hanumanasana, but torso vertical. So it may mean you don't go as far as you normally do because the torso is upright. Use your blocks, use your hands, and keep your back toes tucked. Why? Because then the hips stay nice and square like warrior one. If you are comfortably upright, if there is such a thing, your arms can come up. So you may need to turn up the breath here to meet the intensity of these sensations. You might need to squeeze Mula Bandha a bit more. Just one more breath. You can do it. Breathing in. And breathing out. Ooh. Sit back. One quick breath in child's pose before we do the other side. So either your half splits, that might be enough, or tapping back toe, sliding back leg back, hands on blocks on the floor, keeping torso upright and hips square. Really nice, everyone. Definitely feeling that. One more breath. And coming out. Oh, downward facing dog. Walk hands to the back of the mat. Grab your big toes. Elbows out to the side. Forward bend. Lift your shoulders. Lift your belly. Padangusthasana. Slide hands under feet. Fingertips point to heels. Stand on your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Wriggle your toes into your hands to give yourself a massage. Take your hands to your hips, standing all the way up. Come onto your tiptoes. Walk tiptoes to the top of the mat. Set your heels down and step it out wide. Your wide-legged forward bends. Feet parallel, hands on hips. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, folding down. Hands to the floor, let your head go. Prasarita Padottanasana A, kneecaps lift. All four corners of the feet pressing down evenly. Notice if you're rolling out onto the side. Tripod headstanders, up you go. If you're up, come down. Everybody take hands to hips. Pressing through the feet, stand all the way up, arms wide. Exhale, clasp hands behind you, lift the heart, stretch the throat and fold down. Prasarita C. Straighten your wrists if you can. So there's no bend and the palms move towards each other. So with every inhale, you lift the fist to the sky, squeeze shoulders, lift belly. Exhale, relax a little deeper, let your head go. Press all four corners of feet down. Riding the waves of the breath to come a little deeper each time. Squeezing the shoulders a bit more. Release your hands underneath your face, turn your toes out, side to side lunges. Oh, we love this. Staying low with your bum. Oh, of course, side splits if that's in your practice. Okay, and as you come to the knee bend that's at the front of the mat, take the opposite arm up. So for me, that's the left one. Give yourself a stretch. Opening out your chest and your hips. Coming back to the back of the mat, reaching up and over. Okay, notice if you're closing down your chest, spin it open. Coming back to the front of the mat, same again, or wrap the top arm behind you and let the front ear go, the one that corresponds to the front leg, for the next stretch. Same at the back of the mat, walk the hands half bind, like we do in triangle with the half bind, let the ear go. One more, walk to the front of the mat. And any one of those that you fancy, but you might also try the full bind, reaching behind you. Oh, a little bit of balance, a little bit of focus, Mula Bandha. And then other side. It's quite hard without your heel down. My heel doesn't go down. I don't have that ankle flexibility. But you're trying to open out your chest, lengthening your neck. Okay. Back to center. Figure of 8 on its side with your hips. And from there, sitting down with your legs wide, Toes point to sky. If it's more comfortable to sit on a block so that your pelvis comes forward, grab a block, sit tall, and then with a long spine coming forward, doesn't matter how far forward you come, you just want to go to where you feel it and can keep your legs and back long. Walk your hands to your back leg, take the front arm up and over, taking the side stretch, maybe grabbing the foot, spinning the chest. Staying low, walk to front of the mat, back arm comes up and over. Are you closing down the chest? Can you open it a bit more? Inhaling, coming up. Options. Take your blocks, have them either side of your front thigh. Option 1, forward bend over the back leg. Option 2, take your blocks or just put your hands on the floor and take your chest low, lift your hips up and back, and maybe one or both legs come off. Much easier with blocks, and set it down. Other side, either simply folding over that back leg or fold over, so you need to go start low, hips go up and back. And obviously if you know the Kundalini split leg transition, that's there for you. Coming down, well done. Scooch the legs behind you. Find downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower the knees, coming all the way down onto the abdomen. Come onto your forearms so you're in Sphinx pose. Pull back through the forearms and lift the chest, press the back of the head back. So pulling back strongly through the forearms, you should feel your back switching on. And then go soft. Now push through the hands, straighten the elbows off, press the back of the head back, now pull through the hands. Should feel slightly higher up in the back switching on and slightly lower down, so much more of a whole back experience. Keep pulling back and go soft. Press the hands down. And then from there, so you're in Sphinx pose, keep your pubic bone down, press the forearms down to lift shoulders away from the ears. So in this next movement, you're going to want to collapse, but you're going to keep pressing down. Now, just lift the right leg off, right hip stays down. That's hard, I know. So right hip bone maintains contact with the floor. Push the floor away with your hands. Or do you feel that in your back? And then relax it. Other side. Push the floor away with your hands. And now keep your hip bone down, but lift the leg off. So you'll see, you'll need this for your cobras, your locusts, and then leg goes down. Push the floor away, both hips stay down if you can, or pubic bone stays down and both legs come up. Lift the chest. And if you can, keep lifted, reach the hands behind you, make a fist, you're in your locust. But can you see how your locust is much more about your legs and back, because we've done this prep, rather than your hands. Really strong back, strong legs. And make a pillow with your hands, relax all the way down. Bend your knees, reach for the top of your feet for bow pose. Press the feet into the hands, hands into the feet, and use the feet to lift the chest higher. So press the feet towards the back of the mat. Lift the feet higher, lift the chest higher. 3, 2, 1, and coming down, make a pillow. Rock hips side to side. Now, nice stretch coming up, I promise. Okay, place your arms out wide, like a sort of downward facing crucifix. Left hand comes in towards the left shoulder, rolling over onto the right side for a chest stretch. Press the little finger side of the right hand down more. Push into the left hand to deepen the twist. Lengthen your neck. And then rolling over, other side, left arm comes out and the right leg comes behind you. Press the little finger of the left hand down more. Pressing through the hands, come onto the hands and knees. Place the hands on the hips and on the lower back and draw the tailbone down with your hands. So your hands are actively sort of pushing your butt cheeks down. Press the tops of the feet down and now look down. Don't often say look down. So you can see your hips coming forward over the line of the knees. Okay, now keep tucking your chin in, hips press forward. Lift the chest to the sky more as you squeeze the elbows and pull the hands down. And then maybe look at the ceiling from there. You can maybe even take your head back a bit more. And if you practice full camel, keep pushing your hips forward. That's the trick. And then the hands cover the heels, or you'll keep supporting your lower back. Everybody's pressing the hips forward. Release the hands without twisting if you're cameling. And then come down. Child's pose. Rolling over onto your back for bridge pose, or if you practice Urdhva Dhanurasana, the full back bend, you can go straight into that. Crown of the head on the floor, push through the arms, or bridge pose with your fingers interlocked underneath you. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, come onto the crown, back down onto the crown of the head, move the hands a little bit further towards the shoulders and come up again. If you have a block and you're doing the bridge pose, try supported bridge, putting the block underneath your sacrum and allowing your sacrum, that flat bone, just to melt around the block. Wherever you are, coming down, rocking up and back on your spine, coming all the way up, legs extended, Paschimottanasana, simple forward bend. Sit tall out of your hips, find the hinge in your hip joint, that's where we're moving from. And reach for the outsides of the feet, or take a belt if your hands don't yet meet the feet. Fold forward. Option to make this easier is sit on a block and fold forward. Sometimes I just try the block anyway. It gives me a slightly different sensation. Sort of travels up to the backs of my knees a bit more, so you can try that. So there we inhale, reaching forward with the chest, slight arch in the back. Exhale, fold deeper. Getting back to the steadiness of the breath. And then coming all the way up, lying onto your back, hug the right knee in, drop it over to the left for the twist. We don't want strong back bends, it's nice to release them with a twist. And then switch sides. Back to center. Two options here. If you'd like to finish your practice with shoulder stand, plow and fish, you have about 2.5 minutes to do that now.
If you want to do a seated breath practice with me before we go into Savasana, please come to a comfortable seated position. You can sit up on a block, anything that's comfortable. Take your right hand, block your right nostril with your right thumb and use your right ring finger to hover over your left nostril. We're going to close that shortly. So alternate nostril breathing. Relax the right shoulder. Left hand softly on left knee. And then block the right nostril. Inhale left for 1, 2, 3, 4. Block left, release right, exhale right. 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4. Pause, switch, exhale left, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4. Pause, switch, exhale right, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left, 3, 2, 1. Like this on your own. Taking your final round now, just releasing your hands once you've finished your final exhale left. And when you've finished, option to stay in seated meditation or lying down in Savasana for a couple of moments of rest. If you're doing seated meditation, just letting go of any control of the breath. You're now just the observer. Breath returns to its automatic function. Whether you're in Savasana, seated meditation, just being aware of the support beneath you. Being softly aware of the sounds around you, but then letting them fade away. wherever you are, just starting now to bring your awareness back into your physical body. Maybe breathing a little bit more deeply. Maybe bringing movement to fingers, toes, neck. And if you're lying down, rolling over onto one side, push yourself up to seated. Press your hands, one on top of the other on your chest, all palms pressed together in prayer. We'll close with one humming breath, breathing in and then out with sound, breathing in. Release hands and down. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your practice today.